Hey guys, it's Julie Hamilton. It is 12:30. Promised to come on at 12:30, and I'm trying to get this view so it's not like I'm like blinding white like a ghost. So I'm just trying to figure out the color thing on that. I hope you guys are doing well, and we're at Life Builders, bringing you simple tips to build a strong and healthy life on. This is a new experiment, a new time for all my friends that are working. You know, I thought you might want to come on and have more availability. 10 o'clock is a hard time for some people, so let's just try it. It's just an experiment. Hey, look at life as a series of experiments. It's gonna get you really far and take that pressure off. So, cheers to you today. I hope you're having a good day. And hey, still got a holiday cup. This is from Dutch, but anyway, today is our series, day 3 of our book series, which is 5 books to change your 2017. And just to catch you up, if you didn't do it, we're on day 3. So our first day was David and Goliath, by Malcolm Gladwell. Our second day was The War of Art, by Steven Pressfield, which is one of the best books that I read last year. And today we're going to be talking about 2 books. I'm going to give you 2 books. One is faith-based and one is not faith-based. And it's about the science of rewiring your brain for positivity. And it can really change your life. So here's the deal. Some of you know 2 years ago, last year, in 2015, we have a daughter that has dyslexia, and we spent 7 months relearning the same therapy every day for 7 months, every single day for 7 months. And someone who has not done that program might ask, why are you doing that? And the reason that we did that is because your brain is malleable. Your brain is plastic. And I don't mean it's made out of plastic. What I mean is it is able to change the wiring of your brain. And so when we did this dyslexia therapy every day for 7 months, the same thing, what we were doing is creating new pathways for the brain to work on, new ways to read words, new ways, and that is exactly what you can still do. So your capacity to be intelligent is infinite. Your brain has the ability of changing, and every day when you wake up, you get to control what happens in here, and you control it with your thoughts. I know that sounds crazy, but you are a mini brain surgeon, and you get to control by deciding, what will I think about today? And whatever it is that you think about is what's going to grow. So let's say, for example, if you wake up and every day you're like, I need drugs to get through this day. Let's say that. That neural pathway that you're working on, let's say you have an addiction for years and years and years, and you're working on that, that is creating it's rewiring your brain for this neural pathway that you've created that is going to make up a major section of your brain. And then let's say you stop doing drugs and you're like, why do I think this, that I have to have drugs to get through? It's because your brain has been built that way. You have the ability to reverse and engineer the way that your brain is being built every single day. You are a micro brain surgeon. So the thoughts that you choose are reflected in the building of your brain, in also its physical structure, and it can affect down to the structure of your DNA. So the chemicals that are released when you are thinking negative thoughts like fear, anger, and all of that, the chemicals released from that go down even to the DNA, and they affect the structure of your DNA. And on the converse side, if you're having thoughts of peace and you're training your brain, you know what, I'm going to look at this in a positive light, those are also going to uncoil that DNA and allow it to stretch out and be long and beautiful like it's supposed to. So that is just a few examples of how your brain affects your body and your future, your thought life, affects your brain and your body and your future. And then even think about this, what you're passing on to your kids. You're passing on your DNA, right? So if your DNA is all tight and coiled and not looking right because there's a lot of negativity going on, guess what DNA you're passing on? You're passing that on. So it's really important that we have a good frame of mind, and positivity is more than just saying like everything's great. It's where you choose intentionally and cognitively to build your brain in such a way that you see the best, that you are seeing good in everything, and that you are taking every thought captive. And that is the most important part, is training your brain to do that. So I have 2 books for you today. I read them both. This was the first one that I read this year. This is called Switch on Your Brain. This is by Dr. Caroline Leaf. She's a cognitive neuroscience neuroscientist, and this was where I really started to realize the power of choosing your thoughts. This book is faith-based. I'm going to give you another one that's not faith-based if you're not a faith-based person. So, hey, Elizabeth, I see Patty. How are you guys doing? Both of you guys are people that use this all the time. Both of you guys are really positive. Hey, Thomas. Good to see you, buddy. So switch on your brain, and the most powerful quotes in this book to me were the one that she said, if you knew the power of a negative thought, you would never have one again, because it affects you down to your DNA. And then also she says that our second to God, our mind is the most powerful force in the universe. And then also lastly, one thing that she said that fascinated me is she said in one day, your brain generates more power and more electricity than all of the cell phones in the world combined in one single day. It is like, your brain is an amazing structure, and there's like experiments. This is a science book, you guys. So it's scientifically based experiments, and this faith-based word shows how science lines up with God's word. That's why it's faith-based. She is a believer, and so she basically takes this and lines it up with what God's word says about renewing your mind and such and so on. Now, this one is not a faith-based book, but this was the one I read just after this one, and they go together perfectly. This is called The Happiness Advantage by Shawn Achor. And this is about the science of happiness. And, you know, you could ask, what is happiness? He defines happiness as the joy that you feel when you're moving toward your purpose. And so in here, there's a lot of scientific experiments that are fascinating, you guys, like how you can change from being a pessimist to being an optimist by practicing for 3 minutes a day looking for the positive. Also, there's studies in here about how people who identify themselves as a pessimist, they miss opportunities. It's an incredible story. All of these people, subjects, were given a newspaper, and in it, they told them to look for something. They were looking for this, whatever it was. But in the big middle of the paper, it said something like, you turn your test in right now, and you'll get $100, and blah, blah, blah. Do you know what happened? Is almost all of the pessimists missed that opportunity to get $100 because they were so focused on looking for whatever it was that they were supposed to be looking for. And the optimists saw the opportunities. And so there's more studies like this in here that will teach you about how to look for, how to train your mind, like the Tetris effect. You guys have heard me talk about that. That's from in here. And Shawn Achor has quite a few books that are really good. So this is my recommendations for today. Switch on your brain if you're this is a faith-based book and science. And The Happiness Advantage, which is science and not faith-based, but good science about happiness. And this one's about using your brain to change your life and change your body and change everything. So these are my 2 recommendations for today. And as I said before, I really want you guys to move forward towards your goals. That's really my goal. And so if you bought any of these books, so far we've had David and Goliath and The War of Art, and then these 2 today. If you buy any of these books, send me a picture of you with them or just a screenshot of your purchase, and I'm going to send you a package that is a guide I made up to making action plans for meeting your goals. And if you fill it out, I'm going to email you every quarter to follow up on how you're doing on your goals. I really just want us to move forward. Can we move forward like 1 millimeter towards our purpose? That's what I want to do. That's what I want you guys to do. So anyway, even if it's just 1 millimeter, it's awesome. So these are 2 books that will change your brain, change your mind, change your positivity in a powerful way, and change your life. I hope you guys have an awesome day. If you have any questions for me, let me know. So I'm going to put these comments, these links to these books in the comments. And if you read them, let me know, because I would love to hear what you think about them. These books changed me, so I think they'll change you too. And have a great day, you guys. And I'm just praying that your minds are going to be fierce today, and your heart's strong, and your spirit's kind. Have an awesome day. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow is business. It's a good business book. So the best business book I read this year. So tune in tomorrow for a business book. All right. Love you guys. Bye.